I joined Facebook to build an organization. A couple of years in, the team has grown tremendously. I was starting to get a little bored, right? So after I have exposure to crypto, and I kind of was interested in the idea, but was pretty horrified by some of the implementation around Ethereum and Solidity in particular. Given my programming language background, it's like, so I had ideas like this is something I can help a lot. This industry needs some more serious people, building some core infrastructure. So I started inviting various projects to Facebook to give talks, right? Just kind of promoting internally. It's like, this is something to pay attention to. And lo and behold, David Marcus and Morgan Beller, some other folks inside Facebook, want to start the Libra project, the payment platform. So that gave me an opportunity. I jumped over to basically run R&D for the build out the team, build a lot of cool stuff, and the rest is right? We left Meta to form Mysten Lab at the end of 2021, and here we are. Yep.
Nice. I think that lays out a perfect background for some of the questions that I have for you. But I don't want to steal time from the audience. I know some of our founders, limited partners, venture partners might have more questions. So I'm just gonna summarize mine into three. Like the first one is, 2 weeks ago when Evan and I were both in St. Moritz in Switzerland, we noticed that there was one day that Sui's token price have grown 2 to 3x. And like, or more high level speaking, like since Sui has been on from 2023 to today, we realized that even during the bear market, Sui's total value lock has continued to grow. And from your perspective, what do you think are the key factors for this growth?
Yeah, I think the key thing is the developers are ready, the products are ready. Finally, the differentiation is very clear, right? This has a snowball effect, right? Taking a step back, right? Sui is a brand new ecosystem. There's very, very different data model, different programming model, different concept about objects rather than account-based blockchain. So while we had a lot of interest early on, it did take the builder a lot of time to get ready, right? And very, very interestingly, a lot of OG DeFi projects in the Sui ecosystem all from Taiwan. And we were very, very blessed. They were like these veteran founder were building on Sui, and they're big believer. But it was a tough first few months, right? Between May 2023 to, I would say, even September, it was down only, basically. The market is bad, and the products were early. It was not sufficiently differentiated, and the market was mostly confused about why we need another layer one, what's different between Sui and other blockchains and all that. But once we, time fix everything. The founders, these projects finally realized all the differentiation about Sui, and they start building superior products. To give you some example, in addition to these protocols, we have other protocol that came over from other blockchains. Bluefin's one example. This derivative platform was a veteran team that built on Arbitrum. They were interested in the Sui properties, and then just came over and started building. Within a few months, they gave out Arbitrum. The volume they were able to do on Sui is just dwarf Arbitrum, and more importantly, they reported 20x improvement in essentially their margin. So once the developer realized they can make a heck lot more money on Sui, the floodgates open. And at the same time, you see this really, really interesting kind of DeFi product that actually do code composition in a way that has never been done before. You can do permissionless composition. You don't have to worry about whether the other DeFi protocol are exposing hooks to do integration. You can just use them using the program transaction ball, right? And it's actually the Aftermath CTO wrote a good tweet about this. You should read it. Then you understand the differentiation. So it's a combination of a lot of things, right? Once people realize, and took a while to understand what Sui is about and see all these innovative product and ability to make money, and the floodgate opens, right? So, and once it opens, it just keep on growing. To be frank, like we are even surprised by the velocity of the growth at this point. Just hit over 500 million TVL today. And it's also very, very healthy transaction volume. So both TVL and the DeFi volume are well in the top 10 now. On some day, the volume are in the top 4 or 5. And that, because TVL is really, really easy to fake. If you look around some of the sites, you'll see a lot of the blockchain DeFi llama. If you look at them, I won't name names, right? Some of them have respectful TVL. Then you'll notice the transaction volume is always like around 1 million or less, or 2 million on a good day. Then you know it's all fake, right? Because you can easily deposit liquidity in any kind of platform and put it outside the range, so it never be touched. So, and ours is a healthy growth. So you have this, basically the market come to a realization that Sui is going to be the next big thing. We are now the number 2 non-EVM chain, just under Solana. We are now up there with the Avalanche, we're just behind, what was that? We're just behind the likes of Arbitron, Optimism, Avalanche, and Polygon now. And given the velocity we're going to pass them, in the next few months, quite easily. So once people understand that, then you see the exponential growth. We literally went from 300 to 500 in a month. So that's what's going on. Yeah.
Got it. That's probably what's going on 2 weeks ago when we were all in Switzerland. Like when we were in Switzerland, Davos, actually, Justin and Denise on this call, they asked me about what are the key differentiators from Sui to Ethereum and other layer 1 blockchain protocols. Of course, I mentioned about Move, and I mentioned about the parallel computing that can stimulate scalability, high performance throughputs. From your perspective, there is something else that you can add on?
Yeah, those are the right answer, but also completely the wrong answer. I'm going to say something perhaps a little bit shocking to people being in this industry for a while. The fact this whole entire industry is still focused on scalability. And I've seen people get on stage and debating like if we can hit 1,000, whatever 1,000, TPS, we're going to solve the mainstream adoption problem. That's completely silly. Everybody who is been building product, consumer product, enterprise product for a long time knows if you use any cloud service provider, you do not ask them, do you have capacity to support me, right? You do not ask them, it's like, if somebody else, some other product consume your capacity, are you going to jack up the price for your service? And I have no choice. You don't, right? This is table stake. This is a given. We build with this architecture that allow basically elasticity of supply and demand. So we do not need to talk about scalability. We do not want to talk about scalability because it's a solved problem. Consumer product, when you think about mainstream, you focus on things like, well, how do you acquire customer? Is the UX, the experience smooth? Can you remove the friction of using them? You talk about speed, talk about how quickly your product responds. You talk about flexibility and power. Can you enable the consumer to do things they could not do before? Like what we talk about code composability in a completely permissions case, or object composability. Again, that's native to Sui. So this is what we are thinking about, and the builders on Sui have figured it out. And if you've seen the posts on Twitter, what people are demonstrating, what they're talking about, it's all around these issues. They don't think about scalability. They don't think about cost because these are solved problem. And this is the only way this industry can move forward is that think about understanding what Web3 really is about, right? Back in the days, people talk about a public blockchain, rightfully is a medium for coordination. That's the way to think about. But fast forward now, I don't know how many years it's been. Nobody talk about anymore because you are running into a lot of limitation as a platform for coordination. And what do we mean by coordination? Why does this decentralization even matter in the first place? You just have to realize the current Web2 product model are usually walled garden. Basically, you enter into a service, a product, use Instagram, use Facebook, use TikTok, use a financial product, you use anything of the sort. What do? They custody your information, they custody your assets, they custody a number of things, and you give them explicit permission to do so. That's it. It's like a one-way street. It's closed, right? So it's really hard. You have to, if I want to have use this social product or use another social product, you basically repeat the process over and over, and each one is a silo. So the future of Web3, why decentralization matters is you want to move away from this highly centralized model to one that's more of a coordination. So consumer have control over the data, the information, the asset, and they control the permission. They allow services to use them. So now servers can coordinate across them, right? That's where you think about things. The SaaS product, it even talk about enterprise product, right? For a company, they use a number of suites of SaaS product. They usually is you enter information, you get something in, put something in, you get something out. Then you hope to transform that information from one to another that's accepted by another product in your pipeline. Right? It's a very, very painful process. There's not a good medium to allow this product to coordinate. So that is what blockchain, public blockchain ultimately should be about. It just, well, the idea is better than the implementation. So here we are at this point. We're still talking about scalability. We're still talking about like, is a layer 2 a silo or not, right? These things are, pardon me for being frank, completely silly. And this is why we have not seen any kind of real movement towards mass consumer adoption among many, many other things. So, and this is why we build Street, and this is why we are at the point where product builders are finally understanding what this is about. They are using the composability capability, both asset as well as code, and then building new product. And that's what we're seeing. This is the differentiation. This is what we want to do is that we're building the platform for new kinds of services and product that is about coordination. It's about building consumer in the middle. And it's not about we're faster, we're cheaper, we're more scalable, or we do use a different consensus, or is it modular, is all that, right? None of those things matter. It's like, are we building the right kind of developer platform so the developer can have the tools to build these new type of consumer product experience? And that is how we talk about Suite.
Nice. Today I get a better framework. Like next time, whenever someone asks me, like I can show this this part of the video. And you touched a little bit on composability. Like just now, I'm not sure if we were in the call when Benny was talking about his ERC 6551 token bound accounts. It's a new protocol and mainly for composability and programmability for NFT. And also Indexer, the last speaker, Joshua, mentioned a lot about their traction growth on Sui. Do you see any like deeper potential partnership opportunities between some of these portfolio companies with Outliers?
I mean, I haven't had a chance to study ERC 6551 in depth, but token bound account basically is the sort of like it's a very, very easy to implement on Sui. We can send objects to objects, right? We can have soulbound token. You can compose accounts anyway. So I can't really compare and contrast them. But it's great to see people build an understanding the importance of composability at a data level. But three, that's a given. That's, we have, basically unlimited composability with dynamic fields. You can nest anything. You can send objects to another object, for example, and then have them compose together, right? So more of a sort of like your mental model is more this maps what the real world look like, right? Objects contain other object can be composed with other objects. So it's a great direction. Would love to understand the experience of building this on Ethereum. It's challenging, I bet, right? Because you're going to have to deal with a lot of limitations such as storage cost. You have to probably have to rely on adoption from kind of community being able to accept any kind of a new interface, right, or standard, yeah, ERC standard. So we'd love to understand the kind of experience, but come over to three, you're probably going to find it very, very easy to achieve what you want to achieve. Sometimes orders of magnitude easier. So that's what I can say about that. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Evan. Yeah, really love to connect with you. I'll ping you offline. We also have Jaden, our CTO, who has shared some thoughts on it, but I don't know if he's available to jump on, but yeah, I'll connect you with you, Evan. Love to chat more about this. Yeah.
Great.
Nice. Yeah.
Hey, Evan, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Matthew here. We met at CFC briefly. Wanted to see, you mentioned enterprise and SaaS. What do you see that it's like the suite's best for, and like where do you want to focus, and what kind of projects would be great to bring on this year?
You probably won't believe me if I say everything, but that's really the ambition, right? We believe this general movement away from this silo experience, this centralized experience underpin everything, especially when you think about the future where everything is automated with AI and all that. It's going to be require some way for them to coordinate across different products and services. So it's not just consumer products, it's even enterprise product, right? I lost track of the number of times I talked to some big company that have a sales pipeline and they say, well, because some service broke and they lost track which customers show interest in what model of their cars or their shampoos or whatever, right, product you can think of it, right? So the general problem they have carrying information across lots and lots of silos is a very, very common problem. So you can think of it almost like the sort of the metaverse model, right? This is a good visual. If you ever see Ready Player One, the movie, you see this like my stuff come with me to any universe, any world I go to. They just look different. They may have slightly different form, but the function is going to be the same, but it's still my stuff. Think about that as a mental model for any kind of future product. Then you understand why this is important for everything. You need something, some way for your assets to travel with you, for your information to travel with you. You need some, right? So this is the way you think about a consumer-centric kind of product model. So that's hopefully that sort of paint a picture. So for now, we do a ton, obviously, in DeFi. That is probably earliest, quickest to market, and we had a ton of success. We have like people, unknown trader just did 400 million in trading the other day, just using bots to arbitrage, and it was like that, right? They're able to arbitrage without writing smart contract across all these different DeFi protocols. It's amazing, right? This is composing permissionlessly. And so that is definitely where we're seeing a ton of traction, but we're seeing the next wave of product coming. Obviously, there's a lot of games. Games take some time to build. They're coming. We're seeing some really, really innovative product centered around, consumer with access, maybe resource, and they want to share with the other. That sort of like new type of consumer products are coming. And then other tokenization of assets that previously are not possible to be, sort of valued. You can't put a money data or price on some kind of natural resource that's coming. So a new way applications are coming, and even like in the NFT space, we're seeing this next iteration of kind of these projects are coming up. Some of them are quite really interesting. They use the composability feature to extend it, sometimes even surprise ourselves. So yeah, there is not one thing. Like we're thinking more generally, just like if you want to change how product and the relationship they have with consumer, then Sui is a platform for you. If you want to forget about all your worry about scalability and costs, you just want to focus on building the best product, and that this is where we're going. And we're
I'll
getting
send you a text message for us to follow up offline if you're.
Yep.
We can have a couple of thoughts with.
cool.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I also don't have any other questions from my side. But the stage is for the audience, for anyone who have questions for Evan or Raid or Joshua.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Another Justin. Hello.
Perfect.
Hey, I have a question for Evan. We are Asymmetry Technologies, and currently we are the most active traders in Sui blockchain ecosystem. We trading, like you said before, different protocols like Deepbook, Cetus, Turbos. And we have a question about, first of all, we are very impressed by Sui product because this is the best blockchain we have traded in the past 3 years. And we have the question about the potential DeFi product in Sui ecosystem, like asset management, like an aggregator. Do you guys have any plan for that?
Oh, I mean, are you talking about different aggregator products for DeFi products, right? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that's being built right now. I lost track. Are you talking about Sui Foundation building some kind of product for discovery? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand.
Like the aggregator for different DEXs, because like a aggregator to pick up the best or optimal prices or quantity for a single trade for any trade.
Yeah. I don't know if you look at Aftermath, right? They're definitely pushing hard on that. There's a number of kind of projects that's doing aggregation, aggregators. Yeah.
Okay. So any other like asset management tools for Sui ecosystem? Because like we think the Sui blockchain is the best chain for any DeFi, sort of like DeFi asset management product, because the gas fee is cheap and the latency is very low, and it's very good for the AMS strategies.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
Okay. Yeah, but we're looking for this type of product because we think we can either manage the asset or provide more liquidity for Sui.
Yeah. I think a lot of the project would love to talk with you about addition, having more liquidity and support. Yeah, happy to help you, connect you to these projects.
Thank you, Evan.
Of course. Yeah.
Nice. Any other questions?
Hi, Evan. This is Johnny from Sydney. I'm excited to hear that you mentioned those like traditional concerns like scalability and like gas fee. They are no longer concerns on Sui. That's great. And I heard that some other projects they are also building on Sui, like I'm not sure if you heard of Odyssey Network, which is a decentralized MPC protocol, and they were planning to build their own network, but in order to speed up their like the product release, they decide to build their decentralized MPC protocol on Sui. So it sounds like a very kind of low level protocol. It's not like DeFi or the app. It's a low level protocol, which it is possible. It's also possible to collaborate or on Sui. So looks like the openness is quite good.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have all kinds of really interesting infrastructure projects building on top of Sui now. Yeah. Yeah, it's really like leave. I mean, in the last cycle, we've seen a lot of really like sort of entrepreneurs struggling with the underlying blockchain technology. They're sort of forced into sort of build their own, right? App chain was a weird thing that product builders shouldn't be spending energy building, right? Because then you're managing the expectation of the community of like your tokens and everything else, right? You have to maintain a blockchain that's actually pretty significant overhead. So we hope we are doing away with that once for all. You should never. It's almost like very similar to back in the days. There is a lot of intranets. The company all have their own intranet until later on they realize that that's absolutely the wrong way to do things. So we're going to see the same thing here in the blockchain space.
Yeah, that's cool. So basically, two quick questions. One is how Sui collaborates or like coordinates those such big projects, like they might touch the like low level code or the second question is what's your view on the like decentralized MPC protocols? Thanks.
Yeah, so it really depends on the project. I don't know if there's any project right now that not that many other projects are contributing to Sui, the base layer protocol just yet. So if the MPC project requires some changes to Sui, they can talk to us, right? Talk to the foundation, talk to Mysten Lab, and then we can coordinate and see if it's a feature that or any kind of changes that's valuable for the entire ecosystem. Not knowing the details of that particular project, I can't really speak to it. Yeah, I mean, MPC solve a specific kind of problem. So I know it can be powerful, for a lot of off-chain computation or custody kind of solution. Yeah, I mean, definitely it's a very, very valuable addition to the space.
Thank you, Ivan.
Of course.
Nice. If there's no other questions from the audience, then I will ask the last question for Evan that is more high level aspirational, which is like which areas in Web3 do you see the next wave will be in 2024 and beyond?
Yeah, I think this is the year we will see real innovative product that isn't just built for DGens. I think perhaps it's difficult to imagine kind of mass consumer product just yet, but we're going to see some really innovative product that doesn't necessarily fit any of the existing categories. Definitely DeFi is going to continue its innovation. You're seeing a lot of tokenization effort or real world assets kind of projects. You see people go do another round of Web3 gaming, given some of the bigger studios and more they raised the fund a couple years ago. 2024 is probably the year you're going to see some success there. But I think the most important ones, the most exciting ones are the ones you just can't put them in any category. It may not be payment, it may not be commerce, you may be depend. There's definitely some interesting kind of place there. But it's most likely something that's just out there and that people have never seen before, never imagined before, and you can't really put them in any kind of buckets. But I think this is the year, though, it's going to get people answer the question that a lot of people outside the industry has been asking for a long time. It's like, why shall we care? If you don't have product that actually you are relying upon day to day, it's not a product that you care, you want to use every day on your phone, not because you're checking the token price, then you really haven't delivered that sort of value. You really haven't kind of answered that question. And I think 2024 is going to be the year.
Nice. For those innovative new application products coming out that couldn't be categorized in any vertical existing areas that we call it super outliers. So we hopefully we can capture some super outliers within the Sui ecosystem and beyond.